Arabia. We'll queue up. This will be the last game of the day. Arabia random sit. We have Hera again. Huns against Spanish. Don't like this second house. Right on the berries. Good house for Khmer. Can't agree with that. Goats.
Buscar. Construir. Mande. Servidora. Sí. Buscar. Mande. Buscar. Servidora.
Ah, that's annoying, this gap there. Else the woodland would have been super beautiful. Would have been gorgeous. Not sure what I want to do yet. I'm gonna have to scout my map a little bit further before I make a final decision. But typical Spanish meta is usually like scouts into Kongs, for example. But I'm not sure how Kongs feel with DE. Feel a little bit off. Or not as they used to, rather. Oh, that was playing well today. He was also trying really hard because he wanted to go to bed. Obviously, we did some strategies that weren't optimal, and that showed. But this is a show match, I'm sure. I'll enjoy it as well. I see a boar there, which means we're probably fairly close. Hello, Gerardo. What if they release a melee unit that can walk through woods? Then this game has suddenly changed a lot. Yeah, well, Yo's strategy is something that you see in tournaments, actually. One player will sacrifice himself just to tower, to slow down the other players while the other guy gets untouched full free play, right? So it's not actually that bad. Looking at my stone, my golden stone is in the same spot, so in theory we could defend both of those with the same. Like 3 towers would actually defend my whole economy. We'll see. Maybe I just play scouts into knights even. I'll take stone, so he thinks I'm going conks, but I could just go straight for only for knights. Are you going to open Men at Arms? No, I don't think so. Men at Arms is an option as well, though. I have to scout his map to see what I think. Don't you think it would be better if Taro had gone towers and Yoga Imp? No. I'm playing as Spanish right now. We could also go Men at Arms towers forward as well. It's not impossible. I'm gonna scout his map a little bit and see what I think. Have you ever done Austrian versus Spanish or Bulgarians? Yes. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 1 Not as Bulgarians, but as Spanish we have. Actually, I did as... No, I didn't do as Bulgarians. I did as Spanish before. One of a kind. Do you have Discord? Could you send me that link on Discord?
Yes.
I can't really open it right now.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, there's a stone there. That's a interesting thing regarding potentially tower rushing. Or doing like men arms into towers. If I can find a second stone and it's fairly exposed, I might do just that. Do I need to find his... Ooh.
Yes.
He was looking for his boar. I think I might do some tower stuff there, because the stones are really exposed. I think we have decided our plan now. We'll do something like that. Even if the tower fails and we don't get too much damage in, we can still transition out of it into something. We'll do my arms into towers. I'm thinking he will play scouts. Obviously that's not something I will know right now. Actually I should have made that mining camp on gold. I think that would have made more sense.
Servidora. Construir. Sí. Construir.
Sí.
Mande. Servidora. Buscar. Mande. Buscar.
Servidor.
Sí. Ahora. Degrado. Construir. Construir.
Degrado.
Servidora. Excavar.
Excavar.
Excavar. Excavar.
Presto.
Servidora. Mande. Degrado.
Sí, Santiago.
Sí. Degrado.
Buscar.
Mande. Sí.
Still think it's scouts from him.
Servidora. Degradar. Voy. Degrado. Sí. Voy. Degrado.
Presto. Guerra.
Servidora. Degrado. Mande. Construir.
Yep, stable. He scouted my stone right now. He might realize what's going on. Thing is, we already have control over both his stones right now. So I consider that a success so far.
Servidora. Sí. Servidora.
Okay. I'll take that.
Sí. Buscar. Mande. Construir.
Servidor. Construir.
Servidora. Construir.
Servidor. Mande. Construir.
Presta. Mande. Agora. Construir. Sí. Degrado. Talar. Voy. Construir.
Sí, talar. Servidor. Construir. 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 Excavar.
Servidora. Buscar. Presta.
Sí.
See if that makes him tower this.
Mande.
I wish I didn't waste my scout. Could still have been very useful to look around the map,
Servidora.
Agora.
see what he has.
Sí.
Sí. Talar.
Mande. Excavar. Construir. Construir. Excavar. Talar. Presto. Construir.
Presta. Plasma. Agora. Talar.
Servidor.
Mande. Construir. Talar.
Sí. Talar. Buscar. Agora. Construir. Presto. Santiago.
Sí. Presta.
I'm just gonna like
Construir.
Servidora.
tower creep really.
Mande. Construir.
I think he's doing a counter tower, is he? Don't know actually.
Servidor. Excavar. Sí. Degrado.
Mande. Servidora. Presta.
Servidor. Degrado. Presto. Plasme. Agora. Construir. Construir. Excavar. Excavar. Presto.
Mande. Degrado. Degrado. Buscar.
Sí. Buscar. Servidor. Degrado.
Only problem right now would be if he has already prepared like arch. Ooh.
Sí.
Wonder if that's his only tower.
Servidor.
Do I actually rush this? I guess he doesn't have units. I guess I can do that.
Servidora. Degrado.
Sí. Agora. Presto. A ellos. Mande. Guerra. Presto. Santiago.
Sí.
He does have units. I take that back.
Degrado. Servidor. Sí. Agora.
Presta. Voy.
Mande.
No, I'm not so sure about this tower rush anymore.
Sí. Excavar. Excavar.
Santiago. Sí. Presto. A ellos. Servidor. Agora. Santiago. Sí. Sí.
Servidora.
Presto. Santiago. Guerra. Presto. Sí. Mande. Presto. Sí. Construir. Construir. Degrado. Servidor. Presto. Servidor. Agora. Mande. Mandar. Sí.
Mande.
Construir.
Excavar.
So he has access to stone now. That's not ideal.
Construir.
Didn't want that.
Mande. Servidor. Mande. Construir. Sí. Construir. Degrado. Construir. Agora. Agora. Servidor. Construir.
Why am I sending a low HP guy in? This makes no sense. My eco is a bit of a mess now. That was definitely not a bad
Servidora.
sequence of
Construir.
moves, so to say, from me.
Mande. Sí. Servidora. Talar. Plasme. Construir.
Presto. Sí. Servidor. Mande. Excavar. Construir. Construir. Construir.
Uh.
Construir. Excavar. Servidor. Construir. Presto. Santiago. Mande. Construir.
But at least he is still making scouts.
Construir.
Sí.
Sí. Degrado. Construir.
Santiago.
That's something we like.
Servidor.
Mande. Construir. Construir. Servidora.
But yeah, this did get a little bit out of hand now. Shouldn't have allowed that. Definitely a mistake on my end.
Sí. Excavar. Presta.
Agora. Excavar.
Also, my towers aren't really having much impact in general.
Mande. Construir. Construir.
Servidor. Construir. Voy. Degrado. Sí. Santiago. Sí. Mande. Presto. Mande. Presto.
Keeps making scouts, surprisingly.
Construir.
Mande. Construir.
Presto. Mande. Servidor. Presto. Sí. Agora. Construir. Construir. Agora. Mande. Degrado. Servidor. Construir. Santiago. Presto.
Wants to tower that, seems.
Construir. Mande. Activar.
Sí. Guerra. Sí. Degrado. Presto. Degrado. Agora. Sí. Presto. Degrado. Guerra. Santiago. Guerra. Presto. A ellos. Sí. Mande. Santiago. Degrado. Sí. Agora. Mande. Santiago. A ellos. Mande. Guerra. Presto. Guerra. Guerra. Mande. Santiago. Sí.
Construir.
Mande. Construir. Presto. Presto.
I mean, it's not a big problem for me to lose that. So, only thing we need to think about now is our transition. I guess it's gonna be conks for us. The only thing really that adds up at this point.
construir, servidor. Presto, agora. A ellos. Degrado, sí, esto.
Okay, he wants to go for these.
Excavar, sí, presto. Sí, esto. Presto, degrado.
Now my focus has to be all about getting up, really.
Servidora. Sí. Excavar. Mande reparar.
Sí, sí, mande, servidor, demandar, sí, sí,
Presta. Servidora.
sí,
Sí. Excavar.
mande, mandar, servidor, voy, agora,
Need a little bit more wood, and we're good.
presto, degrado, Santiago, mande,
Mande. Reactivar. Servidora. Construir. Sí.
He left. He wants to snipe this guy, I think.
Mande. Construir.
Oh, survive. Up we go. Let's see if our uptime is fast enough. He has bloodlines, but that's it.
Remandar.
He's up.
Servidora.
servidor, mande, construir, cultivar, servidor, sí, cultivar,
So my concern now is my gold. It's very exposed.
mande, construir, servidor, sí, cultivar, mande, servidor, agora, cultivar, sí, Santiago,
If he sends cow archers there. Oh, what was that? Was that knights or cow archers? I didn't see what ran past there.
sí, presto, servidor,
It's a big issue actually that I didn't see what ran there.
Agora. Excavar.
mande, Santiago,
Sí.
mande,
Construir.
presto, agora, presto,
Okay, there's cow archers.
sí,
Yeah, I need to market them fast.
sí, mande, presto, sí, mande, sí, servidor, construir, buscar, mande, sí,
So we're gonna have to get our castle up ASAP.
Cultivar.
mande, plasma, construir, presto, talar,
Mande. Cultivar.
servidor, construir, mande, degrado,
Is there a hole? Ooh!
construir,
Looked like there was a hole there for a sec. That was scary.
sí, talar, servidor, mande, cultivar,
Excavar. Servidora.
sí,
Well, we have conks then. See how that goes.
Sí. Cultivar.
sí, presto, degrado,
Cultivar.
degrado, mande, degrado,
Hello.
sí, mande, voy, presto, sí, degrado, Santiago, voy,
Sí. Construir. Construir.
presto, degrado, agora, sí,
Seems that we can get all those as well. Oh,
Excavar.
guerra, presto, sí, Santiago, presto, sí, degrado, sí, servidor, construir, presto, degrado, sí, mande, voy, Santiago, degrado, Santiago, degrado, presto, Santiago, degrado, mande, Santiago, degrado, presto, Santiago, sí, voy,
there's a lot of cow archers. I did husbandry quite fast, so is there a town center? Yes, there is. So you have 2 TCs already or not? We have to go for the ultimate composition here. Mangonels and conchs. It's gonna be our... what we rely on here. We'll get to see how the conchs feel. It's been said by myself as well that Kongs feel different. So we'll find out. With enough Kongs and mangonels, we should be able to do a pretty good job there. Doesn't look like he has ballistics at the moment. Also don't have bloodlines. Need to fix that. Looks like he might have bloodlines now, or... Oh! Oh god, that was absolutely terrible. That should never have happened. But it did. It's really bad actually, because usually as well, the way conquistadors are good is if you get a proper snowball. Now we just lost so many numbers that it's gonna be hard to ever recuperate those. Yeah, that might even been GG, just losing those 3-4 conks. That alone might be enough to even say that that might be game deciding. I also don't have the second armor yet. No. Alright, so now the follow-up plan here is we need to get enough mangonels to snowball, and we need to be able to do a castle drop in his face where it does enough damage that we actually win the game. So I need like 4 mangonels here, maybe even more. At least. We are ready for another castle drop though. So being housed right now, not something we can afford. Little bit of a payback. Is he here? No. Still lacking control over those resources. This is actually really bad that my conks aren't there. What? Conks! This also interferes heavily with my idea of snowballing. I wanted to go forward there, but that looks like I'm gonna be denied. He should have better eco than us, so in theory our snowball is looking rough. Do the Kongs feel different? I don't know, it's really hard to say. I think it should be on the way to imp as well. They do feel different in some way. Oh, he's going for the knights. Okay, we're gonna have to go back there. Still looking quite rough. No doubt about that. We might have to do our second castle defensively. I wanted to... I really pushed... like delayed it in order to do it offensively. Right now it's looking like that might not be an option, and I'm pretty sure he will be on the way to imp. He should be anyway. He should have a way better equal than us. I saw something blue down there. I guess we have to do our castles defensively. I'm surprised he's not imp yet. Still scavengers roaming around. Starting to raid, which also is a good indicator that he's on the way to imp, because he's starting to spend his resources in other ways. May lost some knights, yeah, but he was already at a point where he had such a good equal that adding those knights isn't really that much of a cost to him, if that makes sense. Think about whether we add helps here or not. Scavenge is moving in. I'm gonna do a second castle there. I'm actually gonna get to imp with healthy pop, though. And that can never be a bad thing. So he's sending his scavengers back to deal with my... I'm gonna do supremacy right away, because I feel like I'm gonna be exposed to raiding. And supremacy is the best way to limit the amount of dead villagers. Oh, I think he's spread around to make sure my make sure he has control of the relics. This might switch into a late game. I guess I have to go for...
Santiago.
for English word.
Sí. Guerra.
Thinking halberdiers, right? Ugh, not like this.
Sí. Construir.
We'll get to see how our
Construir.
we have time to transition to Alps here. So primary civils are certainly going to help with that. But we should still be at such a disadvantage already that shouldn't really matter, but there's only one way to find out. I need ballistics, then I'm proof against raiding pretty much. Or safe against raiding. Safer against raiding. Did I not get that second relic? Guess not.
Servidora. Mande.
The population is climbing. Can't be bad. Now the next issue is getting to do counter damage anywhere, really. Anywhere is welcome. Counter damage. Okay, saw that immediately. Time for elite conks. Is that a castle? No, that's siege ram. Kind of want to buy wood, enough wood to do hoardings is the name. He has picked up a relic. Oh, there's no relic there.
Sí. Excavar. Construir.
He has a trap as well. I think our castles are pretty well placed, all things considered, because it's not really anywhere that is obvious for him. Oh, is he actually taking that? Oh, not like this. What's going on over there?
Sí. Excavar.
Maybe I need my own hussar, really. Don't have enough barracks right now. Eh. Could. Need to stop wasting my units. Could even think about a castle there. Don't think so though. Oh, let's love that Vils. Send some of his cavalries there. Until we're below let's say 150 pop and convincingly losing like that, I will continue to play. If I can retake this gold as well. This carriage is there as well, that's bad. That is bad news for me. Now it's looking closer and closer to a justifiable GG. Yeah, now our population is doing. I should maybe add a Hussar myself, in hindsight. Just a little bit more mobile meat shield. Pushing really hard there. Still a relic there as well. I think this castle is a goner though. Yeah, can't hold that. We don't have. If we had the thing is, if we had Hussar, we could probably do a very bad job at sniping siege rams, right? And also now he's mixing in. Skirms. I'm afraid the ship has already sailed. It doesn't have too many carriages left though. Not that it changes too much. I have 55 farmers still. Feels strange. For us, villagers are military. Oh, let's go. Yeah, we're down relics as well. I think if I made a little bit more of a faster transition to a different meat shield, I think Halb was still correct, but I could also, if I look at my food bank, there is resources there for Halb as well, or not Halb, for cavalry. So I'm just thinking we could have potentially also justified going for light cap, or Hussar rather. Trying to snipe his cav archers with our castles. Actually falling back. I have to buy 100 stone to repair. If he had traps there, I would have been dead. Just one trap would have been enough to take out my whole castle, pretty much. Population climbing again. Don't think it means much. Just a trebuchet he was missing. Oh, cool. This castle is probably a goner now. Cannot save that. This castle has stayed alive for so freaking long. Kongs still feel powerful. I think that's safe to say. But I'm not sure if they're... We're approaching top score, but like I said again, this doesn't mean anything else than that he's throwing units into us. And we're not able to... And we're killing it all, we're surviving. It's the same, I don't know if you guys watched me against Lyra yesterday. But it's a similar situation. He's just throwing unit after unit, and I'm killing a lot of his units, but it doesn't mean anything because in the broader aspect of the game, he's still got a huge lead. I think once he starts raiding this part again, we are going to be dead. We also don't have much wood control, so I was just saying we could justify just calling GG here as well. Unless we get the craziest of raids right now. Oh, that was a stable. Don't call it, please. Like, I don't want to call it, obviously, but I'm afraid there's not really too much logic in playing on. We don't have wood anymore. Still have 57 farmers. Wood cutting is our issue. Yeah, I think time has come. Don't have wood income anymore. There's 9 villages there. Our eco is too vulnerable now. We don't have wood anymore. GG. We needed a snowball with the Kongs to do more. If that, I mean, considering how this game went, we were still able to put up a fight, considering how poorly our feudal age and castle age went. I think if we did got a little bit more damage in with our Kongs and Castle Age, like the Kong Mangonel Snowball, and I think we could have done really good. But it wasn't to be, it was not to be. We just don't have wood control at the moment. No wood in the back corner, this is rare. There's no wood at all here. That could have been a saving grace if we just had smooth wood income. Would you have one with another civ? If I had Aztecs or Mayans, and he had Vietnamese, yes. Food eco not too bad. Yeah, wood 20,000 behind. Gold as well, very far behind. I think we did a good job holding on though. But it was just we're behind since here. Probably even since here. Yep. GG.